everybody and welcome to today's video. Now, I feel confident in that I can service a Type R now when I want to. I've done it a few times, but it is pretty much the only car that I have serviced. So, hopefully, I'm going to try and transfer that knowledge onto the purple Qashqai for you today. It's the end of September, it's getting a bit nippy. I'm literally on the verge of doing this in a comfortable climate, so I thought I'd best get it done now, and then that's this year's service done on this car. But before we start and before we crack on showing you the things that I'm gonna do, first just need to say a quick thank you to today's sponsor, which is CarLock. Now, as you can see, the Type R is not on the garden today, it's on the front on the street. I know with CarLock that I can trust that if anybody touches it, drives it away, I can track it, any vibrations, whether the device gets disconnected. My phone is going to ping, tell me, and I'm going to know about it straight away. If you want a CarLock device, which is literally a plug and play thing, it's ready to go, the link to purchase one is down below, and you can use the code FNLUCL10 to get 10% off that purchase, as well as using the same code again to get 2 extra weeks free with their subscription. So you've got a month free trial and then extra 2 weeks with my code. If you go and have a look at that, really appreciate it. So without further ado, let's have a look at what we're going to be doing on the Qashqai today service wise. So then, this is the array of things that we're going to be doing if I potentially don't bugger it all up. We've got an oil change, which is 5 litres with a fully synthetic 5W30. You've got your oil filter and a fresh sump plug when we do change that oil, which has got 2 washers in it for some reason, so we'll see how that works. Your airbox filter for in here and your cabin filter for in there, and then an optional one if you want to do it, because I don't know when they will last done on this. I've got spark plugs to do as well, so that's 4 there to go in. Just a quick disclaimer for this video, I was going to do the spark plugs and show you guys how to do that. You have to remove the intake manifold to get to 2 of the coil packs because they're underneath it. I've got every single bolt out other than this one down here, which has unfortunately rounded, so that's gonna have to wait for another day. Apologies. I will say this is the 1.6 petrol model, as you could tell by the amount of space that there is in this engine bay, so at least if I drop something down there, I'm probably going to be able to just see it on the ground and pick it up, so that's good. So first things first, let's start with probably the most annoying part, which is draining the oil. I will mention as well, I got all of these parts from eBay sellers, which I got pretty much everything from a company called ST Auto Parts, and I'll put the links in the description so that if you wanted the exact same parts that I've used, then if they're still selling them, you can purchase them. Now, you can use a washing up bowl if you want to, but I highly recommend grabbing one of these. You can get them on eBay, Halfers, that kind of thing. It's pretty much an oil drain pan, but you let the oil, bloody hell, that were a bit, I'm not very strong, drain into here. You've got this one to release for air pressure, so it doesn't glug in. You can just release air through there as it displaces it, and then when you're done, all you need to do is go to your local tip that takes oil, carry it in that, undo your cap, pour it away. Probably the most efficient way to get rid of engine oil. Talking of releasing pressure, let's take off that oil cap so that can release pressure as it drains. Lovely. Do you know what? I'm going to check the oil level after you, because this car actually on the dash it says oil level's okay every time you get in. It kind of puts you off checking it, so I do wonder. Well, it's black either way, it needs changing. Whoa, why is there that much oil in this car? Am I being daft? Can you see that? Let me put it in the other way. What is going on? I've had this car for like a year and I've never had to put oil in it. They did a change at the cough dealership. Yeah, that is like above the line. That is absolutely ridiculous. You know, motor gurus, I don't like slating people online. I feel like it's not very high class, but the amount of stuff I found wrong with this, from just being mistreated, don't get a car from them, flipping it. Anyway, let's get the correct amount of oil in it. So I'm actually switching to my phone camera a second so you can see underneath, because I can't get a DSLR under here, and I haven't jacked the car up, so I can just about get underneath to do it without jacking it up because it's such a tall car. But you're looking under here, bottom of the sump here, there's a bolt just there. That's your sump plug, I presume. We'll find out. So hopefully
I can get enough leverage and get that off. Have we got the power? Oh, yes, yes, that's good. Oh, that's good. Under there, ready to go. The oil is going to flow anytime soon, so I need to be ready. And I don't want to drop the plug in either. He's coming. Ready, steady, cook. Flowing.
Now, one thing I will boast that I think's great is the air filter installation on this. It's so easy. You've got two clips here, bam bam. Lift those out of the way. You go. There's your filter. How cool's that? Piece of cake. So now all we need to do is remove that one, which doesn't look that bad to be fair. A little bit black, not horrific. And that's the fresh one. Yeah, buddy. Slice that straight in there. Oh, it's making me hungry. It's like a big slab of cake. Let's make sure that that corners pop in so that it fits back in the gap. And you're cooking on gas again. Clip, clip. Air filter done. Yeet. I'm responsible. I'm going to pick that up. Now, if we're looking down the engine bay, the oil filter looks to be just there, which, as you can see, I could probably easily get to that from underneath. You could probably get from above, but you need to undo this hose, which is just one extra thing to do. So I'm going to slip underneath, grab that out, and replace it. But hopefully, you'll be able to see from up here. Right, I'm sorry guys, but this is the best view that I can provide for you, unfortunately. Oh, there it is. Come on then. Let's see how tight you are. Oh, disgusting. Ah, I can't get a very good angle with my hand. Ah. No, not strong enough from underneath. Ah. Right then, so luckily we can go from above. I'm just going to remove this hose. Hopefully it's not full of coolant and fly everywhere. It's the top of the hose, so that's a start. Could probably do with a better set of pliers, which I probably have in the shed, but I haven't got time for that. Well, I have, but I can't bother. There we go, that's off. Flipping heck, that's quite a big piece to stick onto. Right, if this starts pouring fluid out, then it's going straight back on like pronto. Yep, get back on. Don't do that. Yeah, don't do that. I thought we'd win. I thought that it wouldn't come out, but it did. Right, okay. Back to plan A. Now I've got a cooled finger. Right, so I've took this little splash pan off here from the front just to get a little bit more leverage underneath. These are all 10mm bolts, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 if they are all there. I use an electric ratchet just for speed, but you can do it with a normal ratchet as well. I also used one of these trim tools, because sometimes if they're a bit stubborn and they weren't coming out, I could apply a bit of pressure to pry it out like that, as I was, yeah, you get what I'm saying. So hopefully I can get my hand up now and get a better reach. I need a better mat so much. Ah, that's annoying. That panel doesn't cover it up, it's further back. It leaves some more room for my head. Right, abandoning that for now because I'm going to go and pick up the tool that I can do it, because I'm too weak and I ain't got the grip to get that off. So what we're going to do now is the cabin filter, which luckily this piece I think just pulls off. That's nice and easy. Now the filter itself, I believe, is behind this pipe, but there's a little release thing here that I never noticed before. Ah, so that releases that and gets that out of the way. Cool. And does that pull anything out? No? Oh, I think it's here, right at the back. There's a little hook. Oh, there's just a tiny plug into some sort of mechanism here that I just need to remove, I think. So if I can do that. That's that piece. Ah, what have I done to you? Right, so I'm just going to take you under the dash, looking upwards.
don't know if you'll be able to see this, but I'm going to do my very, very best. So that was the bit that we released to move that pipe out of the way. Back here, there's a little plug that goes into this motor here. That plug needs to be squeezed on the side there to release it. Squeeze and pull out. Then you see the wire there that comes out of it, that's in the way of the filter. So now I should, in theory, be able to wiggle it around the rest of the stuff. So I'm just going to put you guys back down. Oh, I'm in agony. Right, let's see if we can get this now. Yeah. Oh my word. That's needed doing for a while. Oh. Yeah, well, we do a vacuum in here at some point. Right, let's slide this back in. Looking a lot fresher, this one. I don't know which way is up. Good job they're flexible, these. Come on, go in. There we go. Start from the bottom. Now we're here. Start off from the bottom, now my whole filter's here. Go in then. Oh my god. Oh, I haven't put the cover on. You don't need to see me put a cover on. Okay, so I've just picked up the filter removal tool from Halfords. This is the one I've gone for. There's one that looks more like a set of pliers, but I feel like this is going to give me a little bit more grip. But this is the one that I've gone with. This hooks around the filter. You tighten it up. It's got little indentations on the inside of this belt. Right, it's on. Just going to tighten it up. Oh, that's made it loads easier. I bet they didn't oil this filter before they put it on.
So that's the fresh filter out, ready to go. I'm just going to dab a little bit of engine oil on this seal to make sure it doesn't snag because it's rubber. And then we'll tighten that up, and then that should be that filter done. So I'm also going to put this sump plug back in now, going with the copper washer because that's what the other one had when I took it out. Do that up nice and tight. Obviously this copper washer will then, sorry it's really windy, squash into place. So it's a single use washer pretty much. Right, so that's the pan full of oil. So you can see here that this is how the tool would have fit. Then you tighten it up like so, and then you've got more leverage to turn it. A lot of oil did leak out of it, so what I would say is try and get it so that your oil pan can cover that as well, and then you can pretty much catch everything that comes out of that and out of the rest of the engine. So then just go under with a rag. I'm just going to wipe all the sump down to get rid of the excess oil, and then that's the underside done. So now it's time to top the oil back up, but to do that we're going to have to do a little bit of sacrilege. So anyway, yeah, just keep pouring that babby in, and I'm not sure how much oil this actually takes, which I should have done a little bit of research on that before I did this, but I'm guessing it's not going to be, well, it won't be the full jug, and it comes with 5 litres, so I'm going to go for about 3.5, 4, and then check the dipstick, see what she says. Anyway, I do recommend one of these pourers. It's mint, not pourers, funnels. Right, so I've used about 3.5 litres of the oil. Just have a quick look at that dipstick again. I don't know if you can see that, but that is pretty much at the bang on at the top line. So it's not going to go any further up than that when we run the car, but we need to run it so that the oil circulates around the engine a little bit. We can get underneath, check for any leaks, make sure the sump plug or the oil filter aren't leaking, and then we can check that level again as well to see if it needs topping up. But as long as it's in that margin, you're okay, you're ready to go. Yeah, I think I'm still having some battery problems, that's why we're hesitating to start then. I will say it came on the dash, oil lever sensor issue, take to the dealer. I did have a little bit of poo come out the bump. It's the sensor that I unplugged next to the actual oil filter, just to give you a bit more room. Which you probably don't have to do that with that tool. Plug back in, I think oil must have passed through the sensor and it's gone, yeah, we're fine, and everything's back to normal. The engine's running fine. I'm just going to check underneath, there's no leak. No, nothing's leaking. Do another quick check of the dipstick. Yeah, so you can't really read on a Qashqai whilst it's running, because it just covers the stick. That's better. So it's about halfway now from reading that, so I can pop a little bit more oil in just for safekeeping. Pop a little bit more in. So like I said, the oil's gone in and it's not circulated around the engine yet, so now I've run it, it has done, and there's less sat in the sump where it's being measured. So pop a bit more oil in and you're sorted. That's all your basic stuff done for a service. So that's that then, there you go. All the, God, I still feel bad doing that on cars, mate. All the very basic tasks relating to servicing your own car, especially one of these, completed. Again, sorry we couldn't do the spark plugs. That one last round of bolt is what's done it for me, and I know that I won't be getting that off today, so that'll have to wait for another time. Either way, I hope you enjoyed this video more than I enjoyed working on this car, because some points like the air filter were really easy, other points like the cabin filter that were a little bit of a fiddly task. At least it's all sorted now. If you did enjoy this video, or if you enjoy any of my videos, please like and subscribe to the channel and click the little bell button so it reminds you when a fresh video does come on, so you don't miss any. I think we're back on a Type R video next, so until next time guys, like I always say, enjoy the rest of your day. Bye. Bye.